Hi, I'm Emily and welcome to the park. Now, don't forget, if you like this video, thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Take a moment, grab yourself a chair or a sofa or something that you can stand nice and safely by that can give you a little bit of support. I'm in the park, so I've got my bench. So I'm coming to one side of my bench and this is going to really work on strengthening my knees and my ankles. It's really important that we stretch and work out those legs by pulling up in those kneecaps, really strengthening all those muscles around the outside of those knees to keep them safe and strong and keep us nicely balanced as we go about our daily things. So here we go. We're going to keep those feet parallel hip distance apart. We're going to pull that tummy in, tailbone is down, shoulders are rotated down and back, and I feel the length through the crown of my head reaching up to the ceiling or the sky, wherever you happen to be. Breath in to pull up. Feel the length and don't think down, think up always, and soften those knees and really keep squeezing those glutes, keep pulling up through the whole body and just gently softening and working and pulsing those knees for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to pull up to a tall standing position, keeping those heels on the floor. We're going to push the floor away, really pulling up in those kneecaps, really engaging all those little muscles around those kneecaps. Release with the in-breath, breath out, pull up, keep that tailbone tucked underneath you. 2 and 3 and pull up 4. Okay, now we're going to see if we can flex those feet off the floor. 1 and alternate 2 and 3. Really pull up. It's really hard to pull those toes off the floor, but really pull up in that kneecap. Keep that tailbone tucked underneath you so you get the stretch and the length down the back of the leg and pulling and shortening here, really strengthening these legs. Excellent. When you've done that, we're going to engage the core, slightly pulse the weight forwards onto the balls of the feet so you can now push the floor away with the out breath. Push the floor away and pull up onto those high rises, onto the balls of the feet, spread out those toes. 3 and come up on 4. Excellent. Now seeing if you can bring that ankle tap into the supporting leg closest to the chair for 3 and 4. Lower the heel down, keep pulling up. 2 and 3 and 4 and plant. Now just a little tip, if you've already got a little bit of cramp in your calves from doing that the first time, take a moment just to take a step back, hands on the hips and sit and flex and reach over and soften the knees and come back up. Step back on the other leg. We take a foot back. We soften into that flex position with the reach of that flat back over to come back to stand. Pull yourself back up and step together again. So just to wake up those calves a little bit. You do sometimes find that that can happen. Okay, come to the center of your bench and just sit down nice and square on your bench so that the top edge of the seat is into the back of the knees, so that as you pull up and sit nice and tall, you can try to imagine you're going to squash that seat down with the back of that knee. So we reach that leg away and we pull up in that kneecap, really for the length here, really engaging all the muscles around this kneecap here. We pull up 1, drop it down to the flat foot, point it 2, flat foot, 3, action on the out breath, 4, excellent. We're going to do a little pulse, pull, 2, try to pull up more, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. We drop it down, we take it into that long stretch and then we flex and extend even more. Push the back of the knee into that seat, really engaging here, really strengthening here. And bring it down 4 times. Point and flex. Flat foot, point and flex. You can hold on to the edge of the seat to keep you nice and stable. Flex and point. Last one, flex. Hold it then with a flex foot. Deepen it even more. Try to squash the back of the knee into that seat for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and release. Now just a little tip there, if you found that that was a little bit uncomfortable, you can roll up a towel, make a sausage and pop it under that kneecap, so you can have that there as well. Now standing up safely, hands on the edge of the seat, breath in and breath out to reach that head forward, heaviest part of the body, engage the core and lift yourself up to stand nice and safely, because we're going to do it all on the other side. So we're going to do that all one more time. We pull up nice and tall, we take that big breath in to reach and out breath to go down, and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. We pull up for 1 and pull up 2 and a 3 and a 4. We put that flex position so the weight is slightly back onto the heels of the foot, and we flex, and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Keep pulling up, rotate forwards just a tiny bit onto the balls of the feet, push the floor away, and a 2. Keep pulling up in those kneecaps through that whole leg, hold it there. We move across, and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. We lift to lower down, keep pulling up in that long stretch leg, and 3 and a 4. We plant it down, take that lift and release. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come into the center of the chair, taking that moment to sit down nice and square. Here we go, sitting that tailbone back nice and deep, pulling yourself into a position where the edge of the chair is right into the back of those kneecaps, sitting nice and tall, hands are planted either side of those thighs, square here. We're going to lengthen that leg away. So we're going to first of all reach that foot from flat to point that foot, nice and stretched. It goes up 1, flat foot, out breath 2, point it. It's hard to point in your shoes, so just bear in mind you might not get a full stretch, but working at it works that ankle and that foot as well. Keep it there. We do 4. We're going to pulse and try to the back of the knee into the back of that bench, really working all these little muscles, kneecap, for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And pull it down. Don't sink at all here. We keep this pulled up all the time. We go again, but we go to a flex. We breath in and breath out, pointing and flexing, pushing through the heel, really working through the ankle as well as the kneecap now. Breath in and out to come down. Breath in to stretch and out to flex. Do it 4 times, in and out to come down. Breath in and out to flex it out. Breath in and out to come down. 1 more, breath in and out to flex, and hold it there. We're going to pulse, pulling up even more in that kneecap for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Really pulling it nice and tall before you drop it down. Excellent, well done. Now while we're here, we're going to rise onto those toes, trying to keep that alignment, pushing the arches over the feet to work those ankles and strengthen here. We go 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. Now even harder still, in this nice right angle position, try to flex those feet, pulling up with those toes, and 2 and 3 and 4. We go for 2 heels off and 2 toes off, alternate from heels and toes and heels and toes. Well done. Okay, taking that leg over into ladies cross and just seeing if you can just stretch it out, really stretching it out. Flex and point and flex. Now see if you can circle that foot round, circle it the other way, bringing that leg into the chest, nice and gently, letting it relax here and popping it down. Okay, last time. To do that same exercise on the other side, we take it into ladies cross, we lengthen and stretch. Flexing and pointing is really working the knees and the ankles, keeping that straight parallel alignment. In the last flex, circling it round and then the other way. Excellent. Bringing it down into that soft knee to the chest, lining into parallel line, to taking that step down, reaching the head forward as you step that foot a little bit in front of the other to lift yourself nice and gently off the bench, contracting the tummy to peel yourself up nice and safely. Now, we have a really good little finish off exercise here to strengthen those knees and those ankles. It's a very simple exercise. You're just going to pull up through that tummy and that tailbone, shoulders down, long necks, and we lift through that kneecap pull up and we pulse down 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Bring the feet together, keep that pulse going, working those knees nice and safely. Take a heel off, and 2 and 3, squeezing those glutes. See if you can take and touch the ankle to balance so it does engage the core as well. Take it wide, keep that pulse going, just gently working those knees. Bring the feet together, and 2, squeezing those glutes, keeping nice and upright. Take a heel off, and 2 and 3. Nice gentle pulses. Take it off, and 2, and 3, and 4. One more time, wide, because we're going to add something on the end here to keep that pulse going. Bring the feet together, and 2, and 3, and 4. Take the heel off, and 2, and keep that pulse going. Take the foot to the ankle, 2, and 3. Now to pull up, really pull up in that leg. 4 times to the front. 3, really pull up in that kneecap, and 4. Now if you can keep that balance, now if it's too hard to balance, you can put the toe on the floor if you want to, but I want to feel that stretch and that pull up in that kneecap. And then other side. Okay, we do it all again, the other side. It goes wide, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Bring them in, and 2, and 3, and 4. Heel comes off, and 2, and 3, and tap that foot to the ankle, and 2, and 3, and 4. Here we go. Stretch it away. Pull up in that kneecap. Lengthen through that leg. Pull up 4 times. And then we go to the side. And remember, as I said, you can, if you want to, put the toe on the floor, but it's good to work that tummy as well. And then it comes down. Okay, release. Now those knees have had a little bit of a workout. So let's give them a little bit of a stretch. Come back to the center of your bench. And nice and gently, sit nice and deep into that seat. Take the hands in at a clasp underneath that kneecap. Reach the leg away. Look up towards the ceiling. Last little flex and stretch. 1 and 2, and circle it one way. Circle it the other way. Bringing that nose to the knee and just planting it down nice and gently. Last time on the other side, give the knees a little bit of a rub here, and then bringing it up again, lifting it tall. Contract and lean back a little bit as you stretch that leg away. It doesn't matter if it's not very high. The hands can slide any way you like, up and down that leg, to just take a little bit of a V, flex and point for the last time. Circle it round and circle it the other way. Bring it in and just gently plant that knee round and just rub those knees here, and then take your hands down to your toes, nod the head forward and peel yourself back up with that out breath. Open that chest. Don't forget, if you like that video, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.